So pretty much the TikToker versus YouTube boxing fight happened the other day, right? And Bryce Hall, the main event was Bryce Hall versus Austin McBroom, and Bryce Hall lost that shit. And I could not be happier. I mean, I don't really know Austin McBroom. I've never watched a single one of his videos. All I know is I'm like #1 Bryce Hall hater. I can't stand that guy. I think he's such a douchebag. I think he's just such a tool, right? And I'm so happy he lost. So I thought it would be funny to go back to his old videos where he's so confident that he's going to win and just be like, haha, you lost. And it's funny because when I first saw these videos, I thought like he was, such like an arrogant douchebag. But I was like, he still could win. So I was like, honestly, I thought he was going to win. So I was kind of worried. I was like, I really want him to lose, but I think he might win. But then now that he's lost, you can look at it in hindsight and be like, I can't believe you thought you were going to win. And he got destroyed, by the way. Like, it wasn't even close. Like, after he lost, he was like making like a face, like, why'd you stop the fight, ref? Like I could have won. It's like, you would have died if he didn't stop the fight. It's like, he literally saved your life. Like, you were about to die. He was about to literally beat you to death. And obviously, could I beat Bryce Hall in a fight? Like, not a chance. I'm not trying to act like I could beat him or anything. But it's just, I would never claim to be good, but he does in these videos, and that's why it's funny. Anyways, let's watch him.
So Austin McPussy challenged me about 7 times across all his platforms to get my attention. I kept saying no. He did some slimy shit behind the scenes. I accepted the fight. Now I'm ready to knock him out. Austin saying I'm his biggest fan is like me saying I don't get pussy. Both very, very false statements.
Whoa, guys. Cool guy alert on Bryce Hall. Sound the alarm, we got a cool guy. Austin saying I'm his biggest fan is like someone saying that I am not just an absolute chick magnet. Because best believe I be getting bare bitches, bro. That's pretty much what he's saying. I mean, how could you say that about yourself and not just realize like what a tool you are? Like what an absolute douchebag you seem to be, Not to mention, Bryce Hall calls him Austin McPussy, which is like, you've got to hand it to Bryce Hall that he is just a genius when it comes to roasting people. It's like, how do you even come back from that? Like, if I'm Austin and my last name is McBroom and you change McBroom to McPussy, I don't think I could recover from that. I think I'd back out of the fight, realistically. Like, what's even the point of fighting him? He's already won. He's calling me McPussy. Like, I might as well back out,
I've been in over 40 street fights, undefeated by the way, which is kind of why my fights end up like this.
How's the floor taste? Can't really relate.
I like how in these videos of like his street fights, he shows clips of him literally like picking the guys up and slamming them on the ground. Like, what is that supposed to prove? Like, you're not allowed to do that in the fight. I don't think that's allowed in boxing, bro. And it's just like Bryce Hall saying he's 40-0 in street fights, like he's undefeated. It just sounds so made up. It's like, who would count those kind of things? Like, oh, yesterday was my 40th street fight, yeah. The judges gave a split decision to me. It was a close one, but I still came out on top. Like, how on earth would you know the exact amount of street fights you've been in? Not to mention, it's like, he's been in 40 street fights, and he wins every single one of them. All 40, right? But then the one boxing fight that we actually have on camera, the one that actually matters, he loses. What are the odds, bro? What are the odds of that shit happening? Like, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I might have lost the one fight that people actually watched, but I swear I won 40 street fights when there were no cameras on. When just no one was around to see it, I won 40 fights, bro.
I don't see this fight going past 3 rounds. It's definitely not going to be like the Floyd and Logan fight where we're just hugging the entire time. It's going to end with me on top of him.
Wait, he says he doesn't picture it going past 3 rounds. It didn't go past 3 rounds. Bryce, you're a genius. He's actually a psychic, bro. I mean, you lost. I don't think it's exactly what he meant when he said it wouldn't go past 3 rounds, but it didn't go past 3 rounds. He was actually right. That's crazy. Maybe Bryce Hall bet like his life savings that it wouldn't go past 3 rounds, and then he threw the fight on purpose. Is that a conspiracy?
Surprisingly, I am the underdog of this fight. I will not let any of you forget that, by the way. How the fuck am I the underdog? Is it because I do TikTok? Is that literally the reason why I'm the underdog? Look at me and then look at Austin. Seriously. I would fucking snap that guy in half.
I mean, he's saying like that him and Austin look really different. In the weigh-in, like, I would say that they looked pretty similar, like, physique-wise, but one thing you've got to give to Bryce is, like, I'm just noticing in this video, he has, like, the most jacked neck I've ever seen in my life. Like, look at that shit, bro. I'm convinced if they let him utilize his neck somehow in that fight, like, he would have won, hands down. Like, that shit is a force to be reckoned with. Like, how do you even get your neck like that? It's so, like, veiny and vascular. Like, no homo, Bryce, but I might have to save a couple pics of your neck for later, if you know what I'm saying.
This is fucking crazy! I'm gonna knock him out right here!
What the shitballs? Huge apologies to his kids growing up having to see their dad just get dropped the fuck out of. I'm gonna be that guy that scars his children for life.
He's gonna scar his kids for life. I mean, it is possible that he's gonna scar his kids for life because it's like, I feel like Austin is pretty vain, so I could see him like making his kids watch that fight over and over, like playing the knockout over and over and over, because he just wants to rub it in their face, like, your dad is a king. So in that sense, you would kind of contribute to their kids being scarred for life, you know? But I like the way he phrased it as well. He said his kids are gonna watch him get dropped the fuck out of.
Get dropped the fuck out of?
Like, he's gonna get dropped the fuck out of. I mean, that doesn't make sense, right? I'm not crazy in thinking that doesn't make sense.
And then I'm gonna see some Austin McPussy fans screaming like, boo! And it's mainly gonna be like 4-year-olds and moms.
A lot of strollers.
Lots of strollers talking shit.
It's like, is Bryce Hall really in the position to, like, hate on people's fan bases? It's like, this is the kind of content Bryce Hall is providing on a daily basis. I don't know what Austin McBroom is posting on his YouTube channel, but it can't be more questionable than this, right?
We just rode by on the boat and we saw Austin McBum.
Bro, he just called him Austin McBum. He is an actual wordsmith. Like, Austin, like, I know you won, bro, but you might have to re-look at this footage and be like, you know what? I think I lost. All in all, I might have won the fight. I won the battle, but I lost the war. I mean, how are you just gonna put up with him calling you Austin McBum? You don't come back from that shit.
The champ has arrived. He won't even look me in the eyes.
Can you come a little closer for me?
What are you gonna do?
Come a little closer?
What are you gonna do if I do come closer? How about you come over here and do some shit?
I mean, they're both saying like, why don't you come over here and do some shit, huh? Can you come a bit closer? It's like, bro, there's water in between you guys. What do you expect him to jump into the water and swim over to your boat? Like, he clearly can't come closer to you. And like, I'm sure it's not allowed for one of you to punch them like days before the fight. It's just so dumb. Why don't you come over here? There might be water in between us, but why don't you jump the distance of the boats, huh?
We have Austin's sparring footage to look at. I've only looked over it. I saw it on Instagram, but I didn't watch the full clip yet, so you're gonna get my live reaction of Austin McBroom sparring.
What the fuck is going on?
Dude, we just saw Austin sparring.
Whoa, did you see that? He sprinted for like 7 seconds straight.
The reason I find this like so funny in hindsight, specifically with Bryce Hall, is just because like I remember seeing this video of Bryce Hall where he goes and confronts this guy that was like roasting him, and he pretty much confronts him and he's like completely like bullying the guy, and the guy wants nothing, you know, he doesn't want to fight him, he doesn't want any problems, but Bryce Hall's just like harassing him on camera.
It's me just confronting another pussy on the internet. Talk shit to somebody? Maybe don't be a pussy in person like this. Why don't you just do I'm right here. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. I dare you. I dare you. Look at you. You're the epitome of a bitch.
And then afterwards, he gives this speech about like, you know, people talk so much shit online, but they can never back it up in person.
You talk shit. You're usually supposed to back it up in person. Big shocker, guys. There's another pussy on the internet.
But then it's like Bryce Hall does this shit where he's reacting to his sparring footage, making fun of him, and then in person, he gets the shit beat out of him. It's like, I thought that wasn't allowed, Bryce. I thought you taught me that I wasn't allowed to talk shit and then not do anything in person. I thought you taught me that that wasn't allowed, Bryce. I feel betrayed.
I could just tell by his demeanor. He already knows he lost. I could tell he was scared. And the fact that he thinks that this is going to end in one round, him knocking me out, is just hilarious. I say good luck.
Wow, he gave him good luck. What a wholesome moment right there. I mean, maybe that bit of luck that Bryce just gave Austin, maybe that's what made him win the fight, bro. Bryce, what are you doing? You just lost the fight right then and there. But again, we see Bryce Hall displaying his psychic powers, bro. He says he knows that Austin knows, just by his demeanor, that Austin knows he's gonna lose. That's crazy. How do you have that ability to just know that shit? I mean, even though he was wrong and Austin ended up winning the fight, it's still crazy that he was able to get that reading from Austin's brain, you know? Even though the reading was wrong, it's still crazy. On May 21st, Bryce Hall tweeted, "I love proving people wrong." It's like, it's crazy because he did prove, the people that thought Bryce Hall was gonna win, he did prove them wrong. All his fans that thought he was gonna win, he proved them wrong, bro. Good for you, Bryce. I mean, I don't know. Bryce Hall is just such an annoying person and such a douchebag. I'm just so happy he lost, you know? But to be honest, I was pretty impressed by like his post-fight interview because I was expecting him to like be in denial and say like, you know, the ref shouldn't have called it, I shouldn't have lost, whatever. But he was pretty like accepting of the loss. You know, he even went on to say that like, I'm not a fighter, I've never claimed to be a fighter, even though he literally has said the words, I'm a fighter.
I'm gonna knock out Austin because I'm an actual fighter. I've been in probably over 40 street fights. I do not get scared, especially when it's a family man who is 30 years old, out of shape, and has a dad bod. I am a fighter. This is a crazy outcome, to say the least. I'm not a boxer, I'm not a fighter, I've never claimed to be a fighter.
But you know, it was pretty like impressive. I didn't expect that from him, so you gotta give him props there. I guess the one thing I was annoyed by is how Austin McBroom was like, you know, props to Bryce Hall. Not many people would have the courage to get in the ring like he did.
This man, Bryce Hall, is a strong-ass motherfucker, and I gotta show him love, and everybody else on social media show him love. Because there's not too many fucking people in this world that would get in the ring and do what he did. Shout out to you, bro.
I'm just saying, Bryce Hall got paid $5 million for this fight. And he was going to get a $1 million knockout bonus if he knocked Austin out. What are you talking about? Not many people would get in the ring. I would get in the ring right fucking now for $5 million, knowing I wouldn't land a single punch and knowing I would get like beat to the verge of death. You know, for $5 million, I think anyone would get in the ring for $5 million, bro. Like, people always say that shit, like, oh, not many people would have the courage to get in the ring like he did. Like, if I'm getting paid $5 million, I would do almost anything. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you like Bryce Hall, and also leave a like if you dislike Bryce Hall, and we'll see who wins, you know? Peace out.